Welcome back to my Oklahoma City Cyclones franchise here on Axis Football 2023. In the last video, we kicked off Season 2 and simulated all the way to Week 9. We are now 4-4. In the last video, we also saw that there are 3 generational level prospects at quarterback in the next draft. Mitchell Guerrero is an A+ in pretty much every important category for a quarterback. Caleb Walker is an A+ in everything except fitness. And Leon McKinney is an A+ in everything except awareness and fitness. So I'm definitely looking at landing at one of these 3, no matter how good our quarterback is, because he was not exactly an A+ coming out of the draft. So we'll see how this season plays out and see how much we need to give up to trade. But now we do have some scouting to do before we jump into these next few games. So let's go ahead and start with Graham Luck, defensive lineman. And he improves to an A+. Okay, that is actually really big. What if we finish scouting him? He goes down to an A, not too bad. What about Damian Breeze here? He stays a B. Now, if we head over to the Central Division, let's go with Sheldon Ramos, who is a B+. He drops down to a C. Not exactly great. Let's go ahead and scout... Let's scout Trent Knight here, a linebacker who is currently a C+. He will remain a C+. And then we have one more scouting point to use, and we will scout... Let's go up here and scout another linebacker. Let's go Raymond Sutton, who drops down to a C. And now in the Southeast Division, let's scout Griffin George, a defensive back who remains a C+. We finished scouting him as a C+. And what about Tristan Olsen? He drops down to a D+. We'll go ahead and scout tight end Nolan Baker here, and he will drop from a B down to a C. He dropped 2 letter points. That is not good for him. And what about wide receiver Paul Phelps? He goes from a C+ to a D+. And then we have one more scouting point here as well. So we'll scroll back up to the top and let's scout offensive lineman Jermaine Shaw, and he drops down to a C as well. But now we will simulate Week 9 against the 2-6 Atlanta Razorbacks. We are currently leading the division at 4-4, but Louisiana is tied with us. And we get stomped by the 2-6 Razorback team, 41-19. What happened exactly? Isaiah Jordan, our quarterback, goes 19 for 34, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, and a pick. Our running back doesn't really do much, but Bates does get a touchdown. We may move Bates to the starting running back because Guerrero has not been doing a whole lot these last few weeks. Their quarterback goes 21 of 39 for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. Who got the 1 pick on our side? That is going to go to Henniger. We do finally have some injuries here, though. Who got injured? It looks like Brent West and Dalton Walton, an offensive lineman. So we're out a receiver and a lineman now. And I have swapped Bates and Guerrero, so Richard Guerrero will go back to being our fullback, and Mason Bates will now be our starting running back. We did spend a draft pick on him, so we will see if he can play any better than what Guerrero was doing. And with that loss, we do lose our division lead, and now we get to take on the 6-3 Dallas Stampede. And we have now officially lost 2 games in a row. We lose this one 31-22. Isaiah Jordan 20 for 35, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, and a pick. Bates, 19 carries, 37 yards, did get into the end zone, and their quarterback goes 24 for 36, 168, and 2 touchdowns. And we have now fallen to 3rd in our division. We have no new injuries, so let's go ahead and take on the 2-8 Arizona Heat as we try to snap this losing streak. And after a 4-4 start to the year, we are now 4-7. We lose this one 24-19 to Arizona. And Isaiah Jordan goes 19 for 30, only 135 yards and no touchdowns. Our running backs also did not play very well. Their quarterback goes 19 for 34, 138, 1 touchdown and a pick, but their running back runs for 2 touchdowns. And now we have some more scouting points to use, so let's go ahead and scout defensive lineman Emilio Harper, who drops down to a C. So let's scroll back up here and let's scout defensive lineman Emmanuel Sager, who drops from a C+ to a C. And what about defensive lineman Devontae Matthews? We currently know he's a C+. He will remain a C+. And now for the Central Division, we will scout linebacker Clay Hansen, who is currently a C+. He drops down to a C. Let's go back up. Any other linebackers we did not scout? We have Trent Knight, who is still a C+. Let's scout him. He remains a C+ as we finish scouting him. And let's go ahead and scout now linebacker Reed Revis, and he will remain a C+. Now in the Southeast, let's scout some defensive backs. First being defensive back Seth Kim, he remains a C. And let's go back up here and scout defensive back Alec Gross, who also remains a C. And any more defensive backs up near the top? we have one more. Let's go ahead and scout Daryl Hudson, who will go to a C+. And now in the Northeast, let's go ahead and just scout these tight ends, just see how good they are. He drops down to a C. That is not great. And what about tight end Nicholas Montgomery? Currently a C+, will drop down to a C as well. And then tight end Bryson Myers, who is currently a C+, we will scout him. He drops down to a C. And we're still not out of the race for the division. We have lost 3 in a row, so we're down to 4-7. But Carolina leads the division at 5-6, and that is who we play in Week 12. So let's see if we can get by the Carolina Rattlers. At this rate, I may not need to trade up to get one of those quarterbacks. We lose a 4th straight game, this one 24-14 to Carolina. And Isaiah Jordan, 26 of 39, 229, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He didn't play bad. Our running back did not play great though. 17 carries for 28 yards. And how did their quarterback do? 26 of 39 for 175 and 2 touchdowns. We stopped them from running the ball, but we apparently could not keep them out of the end zone. And now that we are 3/4 of the way done with the season, we'll go ahead and take a look at these stats. Isaiah Jordan, 59% completion percentage, 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. On the ground, Richard Guerrero is still leading the team in yards with 589 and 5 touchdowns. And receiving goes to Angelo Carroll. Not really a shock. He is far and away the best receiver on this team. 84 catches, 705 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Darren May is leading the team in tackles with 72. What about sacks? That goes to Logan Valdez, Weber, and May all have 3. And interceptions, Marco Boone has 3 of them. And we have yet to win a game in this video. Can we get a win over the 7-5 Detroit Firebirds? No, we cannot. 37-16, we lose our 5th straight game. What exactly happened? Isaiah Jordan, 22 of 37 for 162, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Once again, our running backs really don't do anything, and their quarterback goes 20 for 33, 123, and 4 touchdowns. One of their receivers caught 3 of them. So our shot at the playoffs are pretty much dead, so we will probably run through these next games really fast, but let's just go ahead and take a look at the standings right now. It looks like the Detroit Firebirds are 8-5 and might miss the playoffs. Okay, the Green Bay Axemen are currently 11-2. The Carolina Rattlers are tied for our division lead at 7-6 with the Louisiana Gators. New York is 11-2. I believe they won the Axis Bowl in the last season, and the Los Angeles Tide is winning their division at 6-7. Well, let's go ahead and simulate Week 14 against Louisiana to see if we can at least pull some spoilers here to try to keep them out of the playoffs. And we lose this game 13-30. How did we start the season 4-4 if we're this bad of a team? Jordan went 16 for 29, 129, 1 touchdown and a pick. Our running back once again does not do anything. And their quarterback 22 for 39, 185 and 2 touchdowns. And now we have 2 games left in the season. Carolina is fighting to get back in the division lead as Louisiana has now ripped off 3 straight wins. Can we play spoiler here? How about a 7th straight loss? At least we scored some points in this one, 41-36. Jordan 21 for 36, 142 and a touchdown. Bates did run in for a touchdown, so did Guerrero. Their quarterback throws for 217 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, this is not a very good team. And looking around the league right now, Chicago seems to be the team with the #1 draft pick as of right now for me looking at it. Chicago is 2-13, we are 4-11, and San Francisco is 4-11, so let's go ahead and change the conference. And Pittsburgh is also 2-13. And then Las Vegas is 3-12, and the Kansas City Wranglers are 4-11. So right now we have a top 10 pick at least, but I really still want a #1 pick to get Mitchell Guerrero most likely. And this injury may help that. Our best receiver, Angelo Carroll, has a strained groin and will miss the rest of the season. Granted, that's only 1 game. But obviously, Louisiana and Carolina are still fighting for that division win. So let's see if we can play spoiler in the last game of the season, even though I probably would rather lose and get a higher draft pick. But of course, we win whenever I say I kind of wanted to lose this game. We win 27-21. Isaiah Jordan, 19 for 37, 191, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And our running back had 17 carries for 32 yards and a score. But here are the league awards. The running back for New York wins the MVP with 1,900 yards and 22 touchdowns. Offensive Player of the Year goes to the running back from Baltimore with his 26 touchdowns. Defensive Player of the Year goes to a linebacker from Detroit. Rookie of the Year goes to that A+ overall running back that Philadelphia took, I think, with the 2nd overall pick in the last draft. Quarterback of the Year goes to the New York quarterback. Running back goes to the New York running back. Receiver goes to a receiver in Houston. Defensive Lineman of the Year goes to a D lineman in Tennessee. Linebacker of the year goes to a linebacker in Detroit, and the defensive back of the year goes to a defensive back from Pitt. So once again, we have no league awards. Doesn't really shock me though. And for what I believe is the second straight season, the Axis Bowl will be between the New York Barons and the Indianapolis Gladiators. And New York wins its second straight Axis Bowl, rolling over Indianapolis 41-16. Final stats on the year for our team: Isaiah Jordan had 2,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 18 interceptions. Running the ball, Richard Guerrero had 600 yards and 7 touchdowns. And receiving, Angelo Carroll led the team with 100 catches, 852 yards, and 10 touchdowns. What about defense? Darren May led the team with 91 tackles, and in sacks, Darren May led the team with 4, and interceptions goes to Marco Boone and Henniger, who both got 3. So obviously this team did take a step back this year. In season 1 we made the playoffs. This year we go 5-11, but obviously the next video will be the entire offseason. I am going to attempt to trade up to get one of those quarterbacks because I really think they could help this team, especially Mitchell Guerrero. If I can get the number 1 pick, I'm definitely going to. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time.